Assault Systems? Yeah, I'm a really good airsofter. Can you send me loads of free shit? Yeah, awesome. You've sent me a box already? Oh, that's great. Hang on a minute. What's in here? Every product Warrior's ever made, and £5 towards my next video. So guys, a bit of a light-hearted poke towards the attitude that some guys have towards sponsorship. You've really got to understand the way to interact with brands, and that is definitely not going to get you in anyone's good books, having that attitude towards approaching for sponsorship or for products. Now, I'm going to use Warrior Assault Systems as the test bed of this conversation. They are going to be the basis and the foundation of this conversation, but it does apply to all of the companies that I work with and the standard principles if you guys want to go and approach companies out there. So I'm going to use Warrior. I'm going to give you a good explanation of how the relationship with Warrior started, how it works currently, what I get out of it, what they get out of it, so on and so forth. So, if we cut all of the relationships that I have with the channel out of the kind of random trashy social side of things and say that I was just doing reviews on products that I had bought, one of the first reviews that I had actually done on a product was the Warrior Assault Systems DCS. Now, I bought that plate carrier because it's well priced, it's extremely well made, and they're very popular in the kind of mil scene. You know, they are actually currently used military spec items. So that was the kind of draw towards them. For use for airsoft is absolutely perfect, and for the pricing it's something that's going to last you forever. So I bought one of them out of my own pocket before there was any relationship established. I put the video up online with a basic review of the DCS. Now within the first few months it picked up a few, maybe 10, 15,000 views, which was a hell of a lot for the channel back then. So I'd done that. Warrior actually saw the video. I'd personally made a few mistakes about the details that were in that video. Warrior sent me a very polite email saying, this is incorrect in the video. Could you just put some annotations on it, or could you change it just to make sure that you're giving out all the correct information about the product? I was like, okay, that's not a problem. I reshot the video, sent everything back, and from that point onwards, we've had an ongoing relationship in which they send me some items, I review them. The majority of them I send back, and some of them I keep. Now, me keeping them means that I'm going to actively use them. My recon vest that I've got down on the floor in front of me is something that they sent to me, and I've used it nearly every single Milsim since that I've been able to. When I'm not sniping, I use when I'm sniping, I use the Pathfinder chest rig, and I use the recon for when I need a plate carrier. So they are items that I actively use. Anything I don't actively use, I send back to them. Now, they have allowed me to do a few giveaways. I've done a giveaway of the Warrior Assault System DCSR that was sent out to me in Coyote Town. The giveaway went really well, had loads of good response from it. I gave it out to someone that was picked at random. I thought they would really enjoy it, and then 2 days later it was up for sale, where they're just trying to make a quick buck off of the product. Now, I don't mind the fact that they've done that. I don't own it anymore, and this is probably a completely different video in itself, but that has put me at a hesitation on giving out items that I get. So everything now that I don't use, I actively send back. Now, Warrior Assault Systems have been approached by loads of other airsofters out there and reviewers, and some of them have got a much larger audience with me, but they have approached in the attitude of, I'm an airsofter, I've got a big audience, give me some free shit. And that doesn't wash. That won't wash with any business that's out there. And if it does, it is going to be for a very short term. Sponsorship is not really the correct term for the brands that I interact with, because they do not actively pay me to go and do something that I enjoy. So they don't pay me to go and do airsoft, and that's really what sponsorship is. Okay, they can provide you with equipment, but real sponsorship is a company taking own of you and the hobby that you do and funding that hobby and allowing you to go through it. You know, like sponsorship through college or sponsorship from an athlete or something like that. They will pay for you to go to your event or pay for you to anything, and that's not what any of the companies that I work with provide. They provide me with kit, in which it gives me content for my channel, it promotes their item, and that is the back-to-back clause that you are going to need if you're going to approach any company that's out there. That doesn't mean you have to have a very big following, but you need to understand that metric. They get something, you get something. You are getting content to push out on your channel, for example. They are getting exposure for their product. Now that all comes, when we look at it in depth, down to a marketing cost. So you can't go to a company and say, I want one of everything, and in which I'm going to do one video. That return on what they've given you has to come back through marketing. And that's why YouTube is a very good platform for companies that want to send you products, you review them, and you send them back. Now, I've had a lot of those experiences with Tactical Kit. Really great guy, Ian, who I speak to over there. He sends me all the brand new stuff from Haley Strategic. It comes out to me. I get a bit of time with it. Some of it I've got to keep and some of it I've sent back. Now, for him, it's exposure for the product. I tell you guys to go there to buy it, and in that is a marketing return. Now, if I'm giving away all of the big secrets behind YouTube sponsorship, I really don't want to upset any of the companies I work with, but I'm pretty sure that they know and I know that that is the kind of understanding. Now, for Warrior Assault System, some of their videos have amassed hundreds of thousands of views combined as a brand on my channel, and I actively get people that ask me for recommendations. I always say to go there. One, because their kit's reliable, like I've mentioned before. They're a good brand to interact with. It ships out of the UK. You normally get it within a few days. If anything's on back order, they normally come in for a few weeks. And the guys do tons of offers on their products. So like 10% off, 20% off, all that sort of thing, which is always nice if you are doing a large order. So I use them as a test bed for this kind of whole sponsorship conversation. That doesn't mean that you guys have now got to go and batter the doors of Warrior Assault Systems for sponsorship. I'm talking about every brand that's out there that's associated. And believe me, I've tapped on a lot of doors and got a firm door slammed in my face. But there are other brands out there that have been more than willing to engage in products, projects, film shoots, photo shoots, all sorts of things where these guys want to try something new, try something different. And you have to approach these companies. So I'm not going to say that you need to do little work as possible. Getting sponsorship, getting people involved, getting involved with brands takes a ton of hard work. Believe you me, I cannot tell you the amount of hours I've sat in front of a computer working on this channel. 120 odd videos now. They're all about, say, 7-10 minutes long. Some are shorter, some are considerably longer. Some of the big edits that I've done for my vlogs have taken like weeks of editing to get done. It's all work that consistently goes in. I've got a massive pile of products in front of me for review throughout January. I've got 4 or 5 videos stacked up, and I've got some really big products for this year and projects for this year. So sponsorship is not easy. It's not something where you're going to start a YouTube channel and tomorrow you're going to go and speak to the guys over at Cry Precision and they're going to send you a truck with one of everything. It really doesn't work like that. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of communication, and you have to understand that balance of they get something and you get something. A lot of the reviews that you're going to do from the very beginning, they're going to send you it, you're going to get to review it, have a bit of time with it, and you're going to send it back. And every now and then you might get a good little teaser where they'll say, right, actually you can hang on to that one, which is an absolute touch. Do not make the mistake of being sent kit that you are going to get to hang on to and just flipping it the next day on a forum on Facebook. No company out there is going to give you respect if you do that. Now, I know, and I'm not going to say who or the company that it was, but I know someone recently that had spoke to a brand. They got sent some really, really nice items that are not cheap. They got told to kind of hang on to them as a goodwill gesture to get the relationship going, and then they turned up on a few Real Steel pages online a few days later. I got a nudge about this, a few other people got a nudge about it, and I know that there was some real severe disappointment from the company that had sent them out, and that was that kind of relationship gone. So please don't go down that path of expecting just to make a quick buck off the back of these guys. It's really not fair. If you're not going to use it, just send it back to them, and then the next time that they do send you something out and you do want to hang on to it, you feel inclined then to give them a nudge and say, look, I'd really love to hang on to this. This is something that I'm going to use. So look, guys, it's not an easy task to go and get your channel sponsored or to get involved with brands, but do not feel scared to go out and give some guys a nudge. Tell them you're doing some good things. Show them some previous reviews and stuff like that you've done. It is definitely possible, and there is tons and tons of budget from these big companies to look after little channels and smaller channels and that sort of thing. And if you're only asking for something small and you're giving them something really good in return, then it's definite thumbs up from the companies that are out there. Now, moving on. I don't want you to feel that I'm kind of belittling anyone, or I would say things to make the smaller YouTubers that are out there. I'm really small myself, to kind of belittle that relationship. I just want you guys to realise, in all honesty, I get asked, how do I get sponsored? How do I get companies to send me stuff? Recently posted up a picture of a load of smoke that I've been sent from the guys over at Cloud9, and, instant return from people was like, well, how do I get sent stuff? Well, why are they not sending me stuff? I've got so many followers on Instagram, or, I'm this big on Facebook. And it's about understanding that balance, and it's about approaching them with the mind of they've got to get something out of it, and so do you. And sometimes in that balance they get more than you do, and you just need to take that on the chin and keep working through till the day where they turn around and they do send you a New Year's present of an absolute ton of product. So guys, look, this is quite a controversial subject. Some of you guys are going to agree with it, some of you guys aren't. Any comments, any feedback, anything like that in the comments box below. Hopefully you can take my little bit of sarcasm and wit just with a little bit pinch of salt, and look through that and realise that I'm trying to give you guys a good message, and trying to show you guys that it is possible to get sponsored, and you just have to put a lot of hard work in, and you can definitely get there with a lot of hard work. So comments, everything like that in the box below. If you're not subscribed, you can subscribe by clicking down in the bottom right hand corner. There will be my recent videos linked up in the white eye in the top right hand corner. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Enjoy the video, and I will see you all soon.